Hello and welcome to Throwback Thursday. Today's recommendation is different from other weeks up until this point. This week's is more about how to discover and consume music. One way I like to spend my money and time is to go to thrift stores and look at their vinyl records. When I first started doing this, it was just for grins. I didn't even have a record player. There were some artists that I recognized, but most I didn't really know, and I still don't know that many. I started off mostly buying albums due to their covers because that's the best indicator of what kind of music they are. You may be wondering why I'm recommending to go to thrift stores and buy old records. Well, there's a few reasons. The top two are because this introduces you to music you probably haven't heard before, and because it's a step closer to bringing back the sanctity of music. A while back I was talking to a musician friend of mine, and he was saying how music used to be sacred. It was practically only heard in church, and it was holy hymns, and those songs meant a lot. Fast forward to today, where music is constantly being pumped through speakers and you're constantly being bombarded with music, even in seemingly mundane places like the grocery store. He explained that this is detrimental to music. Music no longer has the power that it used to have. Now sometimes you hear about the time in between those two from older people, like in the 70s when people used to put a record on the player, plug in the headphones, turn it on, close our eyes, and truly listen to the album. Today's music is everywhere, and not only do we accept that, but we encourage it by using things like iPods. I'm not saying iPods are a bad thing, but can you truly appreciate an album or a song when you're distracted by whatever it is you're doing? Maybe, but probably not. Music is so much more than a workout playlist, and it deserves so much more respect than that. Vinyl records not only broaden your musical horizons, but they can also give you a better appreciation for music if you're one of those people who, perhaps unknowingly, take music for granted. Getting vinyl records and a record player is kind of like stopping to smell the roses. Thrift stores tend to be full of vintage vinyl, but it's also the style right now for current bands to put out their albums on vinyl as well. I like getting both because I truly think that having vinyl helps you appreciate the music more. But that being said, if I have it on vinyl, I will also have it on a CD. For example, I have Green Day and Florence the Machine. Every once in a while you'll stumble upon gems, and it's just a personal thing for me whether I call it a gem or not. Like, I have no idea. I don't do any research about what I buy. I just think it's cool if it's for my personal taste. And this is Andrew's sister's Christmas thing, and it has Christmas Island on one side and Winter Wonderland on the other, and I think that is so cool. This is a really good example of buying something because of the cover. I bought this because it looks really cool, like a 60s, almost Mad Men kind of thing going on there, and it led me to find out about Bert Kaempfert, who is a conductor, I guess, from this time, and his albums are just so cool. Like, they have a really cool, like, 60s dance feel to them. Like, it's really interesting, and so it's something that I look for whenever I go to thrift stores, is looking for Bert Kaempfert, because I think it's just so cool, and it's just one of those things that it was just luck. Like, I just picked it up because of the cover. I didn't know who this guy was before I picked it up, and it was a really, really good find. That's it for this week's Throwback Thursday, and check back next week for more.